Hey guys, welcome back to the PerDreamy podcast. I'm Kevin.
And I am Nick.
And Nick, you want to tell them what we're talking about today?
What's up, guys? We are back with another episode of our podcast. We are doing episode 3 of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier on Disney Plus. Kevin and I will be speaking about our thoughts, our opinions. We're here back with a third episode. Technically our second video, but this is episode 3 of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. You want to start off on how you felt about the episode, Kevin, or like what you thought about it, and any questions or anything like that we could talk about?
Personally, I think this is definitely the most interesting episode we've gotten so far. Of course, I probably think it's gonna get interesting, like more interesting episode as each episode goes. But actually, nah. The second episode was pretty good. I'm not gonna say that, but it was something. We got a new location that's very frequented in the comics, Madripoor, which is cool.
Yeah,
very frequented by the XMen, specifically Wolverine. And we saw a whole lot of things. Zemo, of course. Zemo had a big part. What do you think about Zemo in this episode?
Hey, man, like I said, Zemo is going to be the anti-hero. The dude is going to be, surprisingly, the good guy. And really, from the trailers that we've gotten before the show came out and whatever, we saw Zemo as the bad guy, and we're like, oh crap, he's gonna be back and he's gonna be messing with the Winter Soldier and whatnot. But reality, when this whole thing started, it's really John Walker the whole time. That the guy looks very suspicious. Right. And honestly, at the very start of the episode, I don't know, to me, he looked very weird. Like the dude went out of line with what he was doing.
He has fucking anger issues.
Yeah, so that's something that's kind of crazy to compare with him and, Steve Rogers, Captain America. Because when Steve got angry, he didn't go out of line.
Right, I've never seen Steve lose his cool like that.
Exactly. No one's seen him lose his cool. So John Walker, I think, just because he thinks that he has the shield, the suit, now he thinks he has authority where he gets to do whatever he wants, whenever he wants.
Do you know who I am?
That's kind of scary to think about. And again, who knows what type of what's gonna happen next with him already? Because again, now we're seeing that he's getting some anger issues build up. And you saw Battlestar try to calm them down, and he was trying to tell them, like, these people might be doing something good and whatever, but he was like, nah, I don't care. Like, we're gonna go get them. So that might be potential a split, maybe. Maybe Civil War Part 2.
Maybe.
Who knows? Because, again, I don't know. Like, those two acted a little bit weird once they got outside and were talking for a little bit. Battlestar was kind of in the good side where he was agreeing that, Flag Smashers are doing something good, while, John Walker was like, nah, they're not doing anything good.
All right.
So, might be a little tease of a split up in the future.
I don't think their chemistry is as good as they think it is, because it is.
Yeah. Because, again, they saw how Cap and Falcon was together, and they were like, oh, we could do that.
Yeah, Cap and Bucky, too. Shit.
Yeah, Cap and Bucky too, but they saw those like duos right there, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, we could do that. If they give us our our stuff that we need, we could be them."
Yeah.
But right now, it's not looking too good for them both. So, that should be interesting to see what happens. And honestly, yeah, we got a lot of action in this episode. Honestly, yeah, I would say. From what it looks like, it's like each episode it progressively gets more, I don't know how to say it, but like there is just more action just comes into each episode, and a lot more like crazy like fight scenes.
Oh, and I love it. Like that scene in Madripoor where Bucky just went ape shit on all those guys.
Yeah, because Zemo, they had that whole little, I guess you could say, an act where Zemo is like, I'm going to be in control of you, but really you're in control of yourself. So I'm just going to be saying all these things, and you just do what the Winter Soldier would do.
Right, just
because you're
with it.
Yeah, you're Bucky. but when I say these things, you're the Winter Soldier. So
did you catch like when they first met up in the prison? The song
oh
from
yeah,
Civil War was playing, like the score.
yeah,
Oh, that was
yeah.
so cool to me.
It was funny because it happened for a very split second, and then it went away when Bucky was like, "I'm not that person anymore."
Yeah. Oh man, that was
So
sick, bro.
yeah, that was, and they played that song once again, but I don't know if you noticed it, but they remixed it with Zemo's song or Zemo's theme song with the Winter Soldier like loud screech.
Oh, that's hard.
When they were in that bar where where Winter Soldier started going crazy and whatever, they mixed both of them together, which is pretty scary just thinking of those two together like that.
Did you know that so the Winter Soldier song, like the one from 2014, right? Like with the screech and all that. Did you know that Sebastian Stan actually screaming?
Did he really do that?
Yeah, apparently that's actually him screaming, and they thought that would just be perfect. And honestly, it's kind of crazy because like that's one of the best like intro music things that I've ever heard in my life. So
yeah,
it's nice that little
just
detail.
It's very scary just hearing it. It sounds like someone's gonna. Well, you already know that you're gonna die at that point if you hear that screech.
Yeah, basically, he almost killed those guys.
Yeah, yeah, that whole fight scene was very important too. So they what was the name of the bar? Princess Bar or something like that?
It wasn't Rose Bar. Rose Bar's a bar in DC.
Fuck DC.
I don't know. Shut up. I don't know.
If I'm not mistaken, I did remember seeing Princess Bar there, and I was reading something about how Princess Bar is very important because the Wolverine, like you mentioned, he's around that area, and he's been to that bar where these guys went to. So, again, potential X-Men probably coming in the future for the MCU finally.
Yeah, maybe.
Unfortunately, it'd probably be new actors. I don't think we'll see Hugh Jackman again as Wolverine, but it would be very cool to see him again. But he's gotten honestly, I wouldn't know. It would just it's all depending because I feel like it's very hard to try to pull off that Wolverine look and that the way you're supposed to be as the Wolverine because I don't know. Maybe there's someone out there that can look like him and be like him.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Hugh Jackman just really nailed it when he was a Wolverine back then. But yeah. So the Wolverine was in that bar before, Princess Bar, if I'm not mistaken. That's where they went to.
Yeah.
So again, who knows if we'll see Wolverine soon? They also dropped another name for a country. I don't know if you caught that. I forgot the name of it already.
Yeah, same.
But it is supposed to be Doctor Doom where he was born at.
Oh, wait. I know the country. And the crazy thing is, I was about to watch the Doctor Doom versus Lex Luthor death battle. But, I should have watched it just so I could have that on hand. Man, what's it called?
I forgot the name of the country that Doctor Doom was born, but they name dropped that country. So, again, these are potential like setups for the future of the MCU. I mean, we already got the big announcement like a couple months ago. Fantastic Four is coming back, and hopefully it's good this time because
last time was some shit.
Last time, and well, I mean, the last time before that one was more so like a childhood movie, but it wasn't really good when you watch it now, all grown up and whatever. But yeah, hopefully, Doctor Doom being mentioned means that we'll see him in the Fantastic Four movie. I mean, I don't know how you could do a Fantastic Four movie without bringing in Doctor Doom in there.
But like the past two times that they've done him, it's not been good.
And that's what I'm saying. Hopefully it'll be good. Hopefully, I know it has nothing to do with that, but with the Fantastic Four being brought in probably soon, we'll see the Silver Surfer because I've always liked the Silver Surfer. He's a pretty cool guy.
That was a cool character.
Yeah, so but yeah, Doctor Doom's country being named. Again, who knows if these guys will be going there and maybe a little teaser of him showing up and whatever, or someone that is related to him. I don't know. We don't know how these guys work their shows and movies. They always do something crazy in there where it just catches us off guard, and it's like we have to rewatch it over and over until we see it ourselves, and it's like, oh shit, that's right.
So, Who would you cast as Doctor Doom this time around? Make him better.
I'll be honest. I'm not really good with actors on casting whichever.
Like
So I'm gonna turn that question to you. Who would you choose? To be the next Doctor Doom.
You know the guy from Mando, the one that had the black saber.
Yes.
I forgot his actual name, but
and I know he was from Breaking Bad as Gus.
Yes, him.
But I know who you're talking about, so that's okay.
Him. I forgot his name, but like I feel like him and he has a powerful voice too. So I could definitely hear his voice coming up from that metal mask, and maybe honestly, Doctor Doom. I had like a couple actors, like probably John Hamm.
Nah, doesn't ring a bell at all.
I wanted him as Bruce Wayne, but Ben Affleck took that role. But maybe in the future. Actually, no, he's a little too old now. But yeah, guy from Mando and Breaking Bad and John Hamm. I'll send you a picture of John Hamm actually. Put him in the description.
Okay.
Hold on. But yeah, Fantastic Four coming soon. What else did you pick up from the episode?
That Sharon Carter is a badass.
Oh, who had the better fight scene, Bucky or Sharon?
Sharon.
Yeah.
Dude, like Bucky has, his arm and himself, but Sharon Carter, dude, oh man, that was really like that whole fight scene with the where she was in the containers and whatever and defending these guys while they're over here talking and basically killed the poor dude, the doctor. She was a badass, man. Like you mentioned in the last one where they kind of graphic some John Wick into most of these scenes. In this one, you definitely saw John Wick.
That influence, right?
Yeah, you see John Wick influence over this one episode, or that one fight scene with Sharon Carter. Cause dude, she was going off. Like, man, I would kill to get that type of training to just go do some crazy shit like that. Like that was really cool, honestly. So, really badass of her. I would say she was definitely the badass of the whole episode.
Honestly, like she might fight as good or better as like Gamora and Black Widow.
Yeah. I feel like we should definitely bring that into the podcast. It's like we'll have each episode as who was the top badass of the whole episode. Who had their best fight scenes.
Yeah,
and whatnot.
Going forward, we're gonna do that.
Yeah, because I don't know. I'm a sucker when it comes for fight scenes and just a lot of action. So yeah, definitely Sharon Carter really impressed me. Honestly, before when I've seen her in the other movies, I've never really cared too much about her. To me, she seemed kind of boring, but this episode, she really caught my attention. She was like, all right, like I feel bad and I'll eat my own words for everything that I've said about her, but she's a pretty badass in this episode.
You know what's crazy?
What?
I see online that a lot of people think that she's the power broker.
So, I was saying that too, but I don't think she is the power broker. I think she works with the power broker.
Yeah, she could double cross him.
Yeah, but I don't think. Yeah, I don't know. I was seeing that online over the weekend too. But nah, I don't think she is the power broker. I think she works with the power broker. Remember, the power broker is a guy, because Zemo mentions it, saying that he multiple times. So I don't think it would be a girl.
Right.
So I don't know. I just, it wouldn't make sense because it's like, why would Zemo then go ahead and say that? And it's like, it's a girl all of a sudden at the end.
Well, maybe Zemo doesn't know, and Zemo's a fucking liar. So
that could be true too. Yeah. I mean, then again, if she's the power broker, that's cool. But again, I don't see her as being the power broker. I think it has to be someone else, and I think she works with the power broker.
What makes you think that she works with him?
Well, if you remember once these guys left and they were in the car and whatever, and they left and she got picked up by, I guess, her like assistant or something like that.
Yeah.
It looked like that or well, I wouldn't say it looked like it, but she told the assistant like, oh, hey, like, I'll tell you everything else. Like, we're in danger right now. Because remember there was a bounty set on these guys for killing Selby.
Right.
But really they didn't kill Selby. It was Sharon Carter.
Mm.
So again, like, it wouldn't make sense because if Selby is a very important character to, I guess, the power broker, why would Sharon Carter kill that person if she works with the power broker? You know?
Have we seen Sharon kill before?
Well, in this episode, we definitely did.
Yeah, but like before this episode, have we seen her like kill? Because I feel like she's like crossing a lot of lines at this point. But then again, we don't know how many bodies she has, like just from being in Shield alone. So.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, I'm not too sure, honestly, but this episode, she definitely showed that she's a killer, and she will kill you with no hesitation at all.
She's fully capable of killing, which is kind of odd, because, like, you never would have picked that up from her. Like, she's the one to defend herself, but not, like, just outright kill.
Yeah, and especially with the relationship she had with Captain America, because, you know, Captain America is not really going to go ahead and kill someone like that either. Maybe, you know, give them a couple broken bones. What happened?
Cap only killed when necessary, but he rarely killed. Like, he just knocked somebody out.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you know, it's kind of just crazy to see how, like, Sharon... I guess maybe with Steve Rogers being gone, maybe that kind of affected her mindset into wanting to kill people. I don't know. Again, I don't remember too much if she was really this, like... this was her style before. But maybe, you know, with Steve Rogers being gone, maybe that kind of affected her relationship, and also, you know, her being banned from the States, which is pretty crazy.
She had to move to dangerous Madripoor. She had no choice but to kill or be killed.
Yeah, so who knows if maybe this is something that's just developed her time when she was there, or with Steve Rogers being gone, maybe that affected her a lot. But yeah, I mean, you know, I was just thinking of something.
What's up?
In your opinion, who would win in a fight, Sharon Carter or Black Widow?
Okay, so we've seen Widow fight. Widow can fight. Widow has hands, obviously.
And then who knows how well her fighting's gonna be in this movie that comes out finally?
Because we've never seen her like. We've seen her in fight scenes before, but we've never seen her like in a full length movie by herself.
Like a focus point on
like
her.
A focus point. Yeah, like she's had her fight scenes and they've all been good, but like, you know what I'm saying?
It's like whenever she had a fight scene in any of the movies, someone else is gonna like top that later on.
Right.
And it's like it becomes something that's not really that's gonna be remembered.
Right.
But now with her having her own movie, then yeah, it's like, all right, now we get to see more of Black Widow, of how she is as a person and how is her fighting gonna be.
Because like, when I think of Black Widow fight scenes, I think of her time in Winter Soldier, which was kind of unfair. Oh, and there was the time in Civil War where she like just destroyed all those guys in that tank. Remember that? It was like an armored bus or a van or whatever. Like, it was a grenade, right? And she basically had to fight
at the start of the episode, or the start of the movie.
Yep.
Where they had Crossbones, right? That was his name.
Yep.
And she was like fighting his like guys and whatever.
And she was going crazy. And
yeah, I remember that.
There was that scene in Iron Man 2 where she just destroyed all those guys in that hallway. And then fast forward from that, the Avengers, she just demolished, like eradicated all those guys while sitting in a chair. So
and didn't she destroy Happy Hogan as well in a fight?
Yeah, she did.
Because remember, Hogan was like introduced a lot more earlier into the in the movies for Iron Man. Right, I think it was Iron Man 2. Guard. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure she'd like kicked his ass, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, basically he was trying to be like, yeah, you don't want none of this, and then she cooked him. That's just the way it is. But like, Happy's a joke. He's always been a joke character to me, which is cool. Like he has a serious moments, but at the end of the day, he's a joke character. So I don't really count him as like a person that gets like it. I feel like anybody could beat him in that room. Like Tony could beat him. So like yeah, but Pepper could have beaten him, honestly. But oh, and who trained Black Widow? What's her group called?
I'm not sure, honestly. Yeah.
Jeez, we're the worst nerds ever. I swear.
It's okay. It's two shit nerds watching MCU films and talking about it.
Like, I don't want to call them the League of Assassins because that's not right.
Isn't that DC, bro?
Yeah, I know. I was really about to say that, But
Oh man.
yeah, Black Widow has all that training. We saw a peek of it from Age of Ultron with that Scarlet Witch flashback scene. But Sharon, we don't
And
know
we're gonna
Sharon
see more of
Carter.
it.
She probably got taught a bunch of things by Peggy, and plus Shield training on top of that. I mean, we haven't seen too many fight scenes with Sharon, except for this one. Like we've mostly ever seen her like just pull a gun out. But like, I don't know. Like I feel like Black Widow has it because we've seen her more in action, and we've seen her like think on her toes more than Sharon. But like in that fight scene that we saw in the recent episode, like she was definitely thinking on her toes there. But honestly, I'm gonna have to give it to Widow because
all right. We're definitely gonna go back to this question once all these episodes are done and we see how Sharon Carter is as a fighter, and then once Black Widow comes out and we get to watch that, we're definitely gonna go back to this question to see who's still that fighter for you in the future.
Who would you say?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I would agree with you with Black Widow just because we haven't seen too much of Sharon Carter besides this third episode,
right?
Because like you mentioned, every other time that she's popped up, it's always been her pulling out a gun and it's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, basically.
So I would have to give it to Black Widow for now, just because we've seen a lot from her. But again, it's all depending on how these episodes go for Sharon Carter. If they give her a bunch of fight scenes that look so cool and badass, I'm gonna definitely change my mind to her.
Yeah, maybe.
But then again, we're definitely gonna come back to this question once Black Widow comes out.
One of the things that I've been thinking about, like just with this episode and then like Civil War, like I was thinking like Zemo is like really powerful, like mentally.
Yeah.
Like he took down one of the most not one of the most powerful group of people in the world, and
made them fight each other,
like literally. And they broke up for years after that, for literally 2 to 3 years after that, right?
Yeah, and the fact that he almost made them kill each other too.
No, seriously,
dude. I remember watching that honestly, I love Civil War. It was a really good movie, and I enjoyed the fight scene with Tony versus Cap and Bucky. That's one of my that fight scene is just very beautiful and very like, it's just, there's a lot of like emotions that you could read off of these guys' expressions from those fights that they were having, and just seeing how this one dude literally had this video.
Just because, like, I mean, he was kind of justified because yes, the fights in Sokovia like
destroyed his country
and like killed his family.
Yeah.
But that was mostly Ultron. But like I guess the Avengers can be held accountable because they created Ultron. Because Tony wanted to put our suit of armor around the world. Like I get that. So I guess the Avengers are at fault there, and Zemo is kind of justified. But like, you gotta really realize, like, all because he had a vendetta. Like, if he put his mind to it, he could do a lot more things.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, do you think he could take out the Justice League with that same mindset?
Hey, bro, you give him some kryptonite stuff, and somehow he'll make it into like a mind reader where he'll just get into Superman's head and whoever else's head. He might be able to.
Because, like, the only person he'd really have to get past is, like, Batman. But, like, it's already been proven that Tony Stark is way smarter than Batman. Maybe not detective-wise, but just, like, genius levels-wise. And he fooled Tony. So,
yeah.
Like, I feel like he could take out the Justice League. Because, like, especially Zack Snyder's Justice League. Because they're already a dysfunctional group.
Yeah.
I feel like Prime Justice League, I know we're talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier, but like I feel like Prime Justice League, you ever seen the Justice League TV show that came out on Cartoon Network?
Came out in like 2004 or something like that, right?
Yeah, that's like Prime Justice League. Do you think he could take out them?
That Justice League team, no.
No? Why?
Nah. That team was really like all together. Like they were like, oh, you want to mess with one of us, then you're gonna have to deal with all of us.
Right.
Like you mentioned with the Zack Snyder Justice League, I feel like that's just like, oh, you're messing with them. All right, I'll mess with you later on then.
Right.
Once you guys have everything figured out.
Like he would destroy that Justice League in a heartbeat because Batman is stupid in that movie. in that universe, basically. Superman's just, I don't know what Superman is, to be honest. Wonder Woman's
Superman's just strong.
Yeah, he's just strong. Wonder Woman's an idiot. Flash also they're all idiots. There's just a group of idiots. Like, at least the Avengers had some sort of intelligence, but no, that whole the smartest person in that universe is like Lex Luthor, and he's kind of an idiot too. But he separated them in Batman vs Superman.
That'd be crazy to see Lex Luthor versus Zemo.
Zemo is washing Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor can't fight. He's a twerp.
That is true, because we saw Zemo fighting. I think this was the first time we've seen Zemo fighting, honestly. Because last time we saw him, all he was doing was just getting into these guys' heads, the Avengers and whatever. But he was actually fighting in these, and dude, he was killing them. He was sweeping them.
Fight like that, but
yeah, like, dude. It was literally the moment that he put on the mask, he became someone completely different.
Oh, man. I can't wait to see him put on that mask again, man.
Well, that was one thing I want to mention, too. I don't know if you noticed. There was a lot of resemblance, and now that we're kind of talking about a little bit of DC in here, too. When he was walking with on top of that container holding the mask, that really reminds me, and I've seen it online, too, all over the place, a lot of people of Heath Ledger Joker, when he was walking out of the bank holding the mask.
Yep.
So that was a lot of like resemblance right there in that specific scene. So that was really cool to see. I mean, granted, Zemo is not going to be like a Heath Ledger Joker, obviously.
No.
But that was pretty cool to see, kind of like I don't know. It was just cool seeing that, like,
like, we haven't seen a villain like this edgy in a little bit.
Yeah, and
be like Killmonger, but he wasn't as edgy. He was just a dick. But anyways,
and we know how edgy Zemo could get if he really wanted to.
Oh yeah.
I mean, again, the dude literally almost triggered Bucky multiple times already. And even though Bucky could say like, "Oh yeah, the old me is gone" and whatever, Zemo would probably get it back into his head again if he really wanted to try to do that.
Yeah, probably, man. Who knows?
Because Zemo is just left. Oh, it's a short series?
Yeah, man. Only 6 episodes. I thought it was going to be 8. They might have cut it because I'm COVID, but who knows?
Damn. Hopefully we get to see more then. Or, I mean, then again, granted, that's probably why the episodes are a lot more longer than they were in WandaVision, for example.
Oh, yeah, because Feige said, like, when it got released, this is a 6-part movie. WandaVision was more like a show, but he said this is a 6-part movie. So,
damn.
That's why that
that's how bad I am as a nerd, because I didn't even know about that. I thought there was going to be 8 episodes already.
Nah, I wish there was 8 episodes.
Damn. Yeah, I don't know. Zemo is very... honestly, I'll be honest. In this episode, I kind of like Zemo a lot more now. I think he's a very interesting character. I think he will be a very important character in the future. Oh,
yeah, if he doesn't die.
Yeah. Because, well... as we saw in the ending of episode 3, the Wakandan people want to kill Zemo still because, they killed...
that actually caught me off guard, like that whole scene.
I kind of know... I wouldn't say it was pretty obvious, but when Bucky saw there's a specific names for those little ball that he was finding, and which kind of tracked down the Wakandan.
Yep.
But when I saw that first one, I was like, that looks very familiar.
Right.
And then when he found the second one, it was like, okay, now this is kind of different. And then it led to that. And I remember reading, too, about some sort of, like, secret cameo that was supposed to happen in one of these episodes. I mean, I didn't read who it was, but I just was reading that there was going to be a secret cameo. And I guess this was the secret cameo, maybe. Who knows?
I don't know.
But
I don't know. While it caught me off guard, I don't think this is going to be the big secret cameo in this whole series. But then again, we were fooled by WandaVision, so this could be the big secret cameo.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Again, I don't know. That's pretty cool that they brought her back. I forgot her name, but I know she was like right behind Okoye.
Yeah, in the
Okoye
Infinity War.
Yeah, so she's like right underneath her when it comes to like
rank.
Yeah, the rank. So it's pretty interesting that they brought her in there instead of Okoye herself. But yeah, I mean, what was it? White Wolf?
Yep, White Wolf.
White Wolf, you know, they got everything going on there, but it's kind of bad how they're gonna have her in the same room as Zemo, possibly, because knowing her, she's probably gonna want to kill Zemo.
Oh yeah,
because
she's
again,
I would love
Zemo,
to see that fight scene.
Zemo killed, King T'Chaka, years in the Civil War movie.
Blamed it on Bucky.
Yeah, so that would be interesting to see from that. It was pretty cool. They brought her back, and then the Wakanda music too. I love that song every time.
Beautiful.
I hear it. It's such a cool song, especially the Black Panther soundtrack. That was a really good soundtrack, honestly, in my opinion.
Yeah, I still listen to that soundtrack.
Yeah, I've listened to it here and there as well. I even got like a couple of the songs in my Spotify favorite list, so my favorite songs. But yeah, so that was really cool to see that too. Yeah, so we saw a lot from this episode. Lots of interesting things that they're setting up once again for the future.
Right.
Them bringing back some characters.
Yeah.
So
one thing
this episode 4 should be good.
Sorry about that.
No, you're good. That was it for my part. What you gonna say?
One thing I didn't understand is why Zemo killed that scientist guy. I feel like they needed more information out of him, and Zemo just shot him. What was that for?
I feel like Zemo did that out of just Zemo being Zemo.
Okay.
I don't think that was like out of hatred or out of him being jealous of how good this guy was that he was able to develop the super serum.
Got bored?
Maybe he was like, I don't feel like listening to this guy anymore, and just popped him right in the face. That was pretty interesting that he did that, because I was kind of shocked myself when I saw that. I was like, oh shit, why did Zemo do that?
Yeah,
and then again,
that
it's
caught me
like
off guard.
Yeah, but then again, it's like Zemo is gonna do Zemo things still. Yeah, he's gonna be running with Bucky and Falcon, but I don't think he cares. He's gonna be like, all right, well, I'm gonna be listening to you guys, but I'm also gonna be doing my own things. Yeah, I feel like this guy was on Bucky, or not on Bucky's list, Zemo's list to probably try to kill. Because who knows, maybe this scientist was really important back then when he was working with Hydra and whatever.
Yeah, maybe.
And maybe Zemo just had a problem with him. Yeah, so who knows if Zemo had a problem with this guy. So maybe this is one of the guys that Zemo wanted to kill. So, but then again, it's like, at the same time, if this is someone Zemo wanted to kill, it wouldn't make sense why they would have to go to Sharon Carter to find out who is this person, this doctor that created the super serum.
And that brings us back to the power broker thing.
Yeah, but then again, I say Sharon Carter is definitely working with the power broker.
Probably. I wouldn't
she's
put it
not
past her.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say that she is the power broker, but she's definitely working with him.
Jeez, that's wild. Like, what if she really double crosses Bucky and Sam like that?
I mean, she is a SHIELD agent, so
yeah,
most people are sometimes, or she could be a Skrull.
Ooh, she could be a Skrull. Oh, we don't even know, bro.
Yeah, which is kind of scary because we really don't know who's a Skrull still and whatnot.
Secret Invasion coming out soon, so oh man.
Yeah, she could be one, maybe. I don't know. She's still working with Nick Fury up there in the space station.
Dang, she could be a Skrull.
Yeah.
Because Fury's been a Skrull since maybe 2015.
Yeah, dude's been living his life up there just doing nothing.
But what would the significance be with her being a Skrull? I feel
what do you mean by that?
Her being a Skrull wouldn't really affect anything, really, because like, do you think she's been a Skrull this whole time, or like, do you think? Because like, that's weird. Like, because we know she's related to Peggy.
Yeah.
So like,
I could see it as being a thing where, again, with Steve Rogers being gone, I feel like she was like, okay, well, now that he's gone, I don't see the point of me staying down here. And maybe Nick Fury contacted her in some way. She got up there to the space station that he's at. They sent the Skrull down her to look like her, and then they're just like, okay, you're gonna be Sharon Carter for the next couple months, and you're gonna be living in over here, and then you just do your own things, and here's some information of some of the other Avengers that are still out there and whatever. Who knows?
It's crazy. I never even thought that she could possibly be a Skrull.
It would be pretty crazy if she is, but yeah, she could possibly be a Skrull. If she is, she's one badass Skrull though still from that fight scene. Then if that's the case, then I can't say Sharon Carter is a badass. It would have to be just that Skrull specifically for being able to move like that. Yeah, for being able to move around like that and just throw everything and kill people like that.
Nah, she was moving like a superhuman, bro.
Yeah.
So if that is a Skrull, bro, like, congrats to Skrull number 56, because Jesus Christ. Because like we said, we never even seen Sharon fight like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Jeez. Oh man, we're getting such good content, bro.
Yeah. Jeez, hopefully. Man. We're just two nerds that are trying to figure out stuff, and yeah, again, we don't even know every information in the world that we're supposed to know.
Nah, man, like, hey, man, shit, it's just the way it is. People gonna know what we talking about. Who cares?
Yeah.
Jeez, man.
I feel like the way we talk about things, we try to just make it as simple as possible.
Yeah.
Or the most simplest way that a lot of people would understand.
Take it at face value, you know, and then we explain it a little bit, but like, you know, sometimes we don't even know, so and who cares?
Yeah, exactly. We're just doing this for the fun of it.
Exactly. Jeez. Wow. I think it's gonna get greater. What would you rate this episode out of 10?
Definitely a 9. I really enjoyed this episode a lot.
Yeah, especially with the fight scenes and stuff. We're just gonna get better fight scenes by each episode.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. It's just like each episode have progressively gotten better with the fight scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows how episode 4 is gonna be? Episode 5, episode 6, the finale possibly. Right. Who knows? Maybe they'll go ahead and like surprise us with an episode 7. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
That could happen. Yeah, WandaVision episodes.
Yeah, exactly. But definitely a 9 to this episode. I really enjoyed this episode a lot. I would say as of right now with these 3 episodes, episode 3 is my favorite. Then again, it's kind of me being a hypocrite, because then I could say the same thing for the next episode when it comes out, if I really enjoyed that one and the one after that. But I don't know. So far, I really enjoyed this 3rd episode. There was definitely a lot more information given to us. A lot more clues, and yeah, it was just very enjoyable to watch and just listen to. What about you? What you thought about this episode?
Definitely a 9. Yeah. Well, yeah, 9. I'll give it a 9. It was very good and introduced a lot of things. It was a lot of information in that 50 minutes.
Like, yeah, exactly.
Madripoor, then like even Smiling Tiger. Like there was a lot of comic book references. Like Madripoor, Sharon Carter's back, yeah, cool. Like just John Walker's mental state, like I don't think he's stable at all.
Yeah.
And I think he's gonna do something. Like I think he's gonna get super soldier serum at some point, and it's gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
He's gonna
a scary problem.
Yeah. What else? Just the fight scenes. Yeah, the fight scenes were great. Yeah, so I would have to give it a 9 too. I wouldn't say this is my favorite episode. Episode 2 might just take the cake on that. I don't know. But yeah, episode 3 is really good. This is a good series so far. It's definitely not as slow as WandaVision started. So, and I appreciate that. Like I said, I was very hyped for this, like even before it dropped. So yeah, definitely gotta give it a 9.
Yeah.
What's your prediction for the next episode?
I feel like the next episode we'll definitely see another character that's gonna be like I guess not really as important, but I guess in the same level as Selby. Because I definitely see us probably seeing who this power broker is on episode 5.
Yeah, hopefully.
Because then I'm assuming at episode 6 there must be like a crazy big fight scene between the power broker and then with Zemo, Bucky, and Sam. But yeah, I mean, this next episode we should see that. We should see whatever Sharon Carter was talking about. Hopefully, at the end, we're definitely gonna see the Wakanda. Probably getting into an argument with Zemo, or Bucky and Sam are gonna get into an argument, saying like, "Why would you bring them in here, knowing that they want to kill Zemo?"
I think it's gonna be a big chase scene with Zemo, the Wakandan, and then Sam and Bucky all through that.
Yeah,
so.
it's gonna be a pretty crazy episode.
Oh man,
I literally can't wait for Friday to just come here already so we could see it.
Literally, man, 4 more days will be good.
Yeah, we're in.
But, yeah.
One more thing, before we go off. Loki trailer dropped today.
Oh man, that looks like the best series so far, to be honest.
Dude, it's gonna be very confusing watching that series.
Why
but well, remember they're gonna be jumping into different timelines in there because the whole point that these guys, the TVA, I think it was called, or I forgot already.
TWC?
Nah, I don't know. Well, anyways, the whole point that they want Loki is because they see how Loki just jumps into time after time after time, and it's like they finally got him. Because I find it funny how they're not gonna do anything with the other Avengers who literally messed up the whole timeline probably in Endgame.
Yeah.
Because I mean, these guys were jumping in time to time as well, and then at the end we got Steve Rogers, Captain America, going back in time to return all the stones, and he messed up a timeline too right there.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So it's kind of funny how they got Loki, and it's like, all right, we caught you. Now you're gonna be fixing our timeline. And here's what's gonna happen.
What do you mean?
Yeah. So I'm actually looking forward to Loki. That looks like it's gonna be really good. The trailer that came out today was just awesome. That really caught me off guard. I think it caught a lot of people off guard because
it looks really good.
Yeah, so that's something to look forward for. I know there was one part of the trailer that I feel like a lot of people are getting confused about, which is the I'm pretty sure you should know what I'm talking about, but the part where Loki is sitting down with that lady. That's not Natasha Romanoff or Black Widow.
Lady Loki.
That's Lady Loki. Everyone is saying that's Black Widow just because of the back of her, black suit and the red hair, but that's not her. That's Lady Loki.
Yeah.
So everyone, just shut up. It's not Black Widow.
Yeah.
Black Widow's having her own moment in like a month later. So, this is Loki's show. Right. This is Lady Loki participating in it too. Maybe she's not gonna have a big role into the show, but she'll definitely be participating in this.
Yeah, of course.
So,
and then it's gonna lead into Thor because Natalie Portman's coming back and she's gonna be Thor too. So.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So.
What if this time they're Lady Loki and Natalie Portman's Thor are just best friends? They're just not at odds.
That would be the funniest shit ever to see.
Oh man! And then like Thor and Loki just like why? Like just
why? Like look at us, what we've developed over these years, and you two are just gonna be friends.
Oh man, I feel like that's gonna happen.
That'd be pretty cool to see all four of them in the same screen at the same time.
Oh, that's gonna be sick. That's gonna happen too. So
hopefully.
Yeah, you never know what's in store.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, we're gonna wrap it up here. We've talked quite a lot today.
Yes, we have.
So, thank you for watching once again. Continue supporting us, please. Share our videos if it's possible. Like our videos. Comment your opinions and how you felt about our episode of our podcast. Not only just of what we talked about, but what we can improve in. And just everything in general. So once again, I'm signing off. I'm Nick.
I'm Kevin.
And thank you for watching the PerDreamy podcast. And we'll see you in the next episode of The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
All right. And Godzilla vs. Kong coming soon. I'm sorry, I haven't seen the movie yet. Sorry.
We'll definitely be doing that soon, guys.
All right. Catch you guys later.
Thank you, guys. Bye.